everyone, how are you all? Hope you are doing well with your studies and welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Knowledge. So today we'll continue with our discussion about French Revolution. Friends, before we begin our today's topic, let me remind you about the previous sections of this chapter, that are division of French society during 18th century and the various incidents that led to the outbreak of French Revolution. And friends, one more important thing, videos related to both these topics have been uploaded on our channel. If you haven't watched them, link is given in the description below. Go through those videos to have a clear concept of French Revolution in your mind. So let's begin with our today's topic, that is of establishment of republic in France by abolishing pre-existing monarchy. Okay friends, let's begin. So friends, now what happened, that introduction of constitution in France made the France a constitutional monarchy, and as a result a political threat and personal threat to Louis XVI emerged. What was that? Political threat was the threat to the throne of the emperor, and personal was the threat to life of the monarch of the France. And feared with both these threats and feared with that situation that was emerging in the French during the time of French Revolution, the Emperor of France entered in secret negotiations with Prussia and Austria. Now, what are Prussia and Austria? They are the neighboring countries of France. So, Louis XVI proposed a friendship proposal in front of both of the rulers of that countries. In that, he proposed that you help me in getting rid out of this National Assembly and this rebellious feelings that were emerging in the France of 1789, and in return they will be getting their wished prize. What now? Have a look on the contemporary France. Neighboring countries of France were too much worried by the developments in France and planned to send their troops to put down the events that had been taking place there since the summer of 1789. Means a fear also emerged in the minds of the rulers that were ruling their respective countries in the neighboring France, because they believe that the rebellious ideas can also travel to the minds and mindset and viewpoints of their population also, and the people of other neighboring countries could also revolt against their respective rulers. So as a result, neighboring countries plan to send their troops, and Prussia and Austria plan to help the Louis XVI in their tough times, their difficult times. Before this could happen, the National Assembly came to know about it, and the agitated members of National Assembly declared war against Prussia and Austria. Okay, friends. So this declaration of war was made by National Assembly of France. These are some of the pictures of that were taken during the war between France, Prussia and Austria. Have a look on them. So friends, whenever a war is there, obviously we need soldiers to fight. So from where do these soldiers will come? So as let me tell you, as the announcement, as the declaration was made by the National Assembly, as soon as they made it, thousands of volunteers from many provinces of France joined the army after declaration of war. Means you can analyze by this that how much love and respect was there in the minds of the people of France for the National Assembly. Okay, now when they were marching from various provinces to the Paris, a great enthusiasm was also there in the people of France, As a result, they used to sing many patriotic songs during the revolution. Among these, the most famous was Marseillaise, which was composed by Rocket T. Isel, and it was sung for first time. It was sung when the volunteers of Marseilles marched to Paris. Now, what is Marseilles? Marseilles is also one of the provinces of France, and the people of Marseilles sung the Marseillaise, and this was the most popular and loved patriotic song by the rebellious people, that later on it was adopted as the national anthem of France, and still it is, and still Marseillaise is the national anthem of France. This is La Marseillaise. This is the national anthem of France and written in French. And friends, if any one of you knows French, you can pause the video and read it. But I am unable to understand the French, so we'll move on to the next slide. Okay. Now what happened? The constitution, which was framed in 1791, provided voting rights only to the richer sections of the society. So mainly the third estate, who were uneducated and mostly unprivileged, they decided that the revolution had to carry it further. So exchange of viewpoints played the most important role in any revolution. So the discussion for various governmental policies became the most prominent activity during the French Revolution. And with these discussions only, a name came in the history of France Revolution, that are political clubs. What are these? Political clubs were an important rallying point for those who wished to discuss government policies and plan their own form of action. Means whosoever had their opinions were free to speak them, were free to discuss them in this political body that were named as political clubs. You can see in the picture, this is the head, and all these people are discussing various governmental policies in this political club. Now many, and we can say thousands of political clubs were made all over France. The most prominent and the most well privileged group that emerged as was the Jacobin Club. It is written here. The most successful of those was Jacobin Club. And now let's enhance our knowledge about Jacobin Club. So it derived its name from the former convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. Now what is convent? So convent is a building belonging to a community devoted to a religious life. Means Saint Jacob was a building which was devoted to a community belonging to a specific religion, or they lived a particular religious life. And Saint Jacob was a building situated in Paris of France. So Jacobin Club derived its name from this building only. Okay friends, were the members of this Jacobin Club? So members of this club usually belong to the less prosperous sections of society. Means most of the members were from the third estate. And let's take few examples. Examples were small shopkeepers, various artisans such as shoemakers, pastry cookers, watchmakers, printers, and servants, as well as daily wage workers were the members of the Jacobin Club. Now friends, an interesting fact about the Jacobins were that they have their own style of dressing, and basically it was to oppose the nobles. What was it and how it was? Let's analyze it. So members of the Jacobin Club wore long striped trousers. You can see in this picture, the man is wearing long strip trousers. And why they wore long strip trousers? Basically, it was to oppose the nobles who wore knee breeches. Means the nobles of those times, were fond of wearing knee breeches. Knee breeches are also a short pants. Short pants means which were covered till knee only. And so, to oppose that aristocratic noble estate, the members of Jacobin Club wore long striped trousers, and added to it, they also wore red caps to symbolize liberty. In conclusion, the dress code of Jacobins were long striped trousers along with red caps to symbolize liberty. Friends, now what happened? Maximilian Robespierre, leader of Jacobin Club, said that it's long enough that we are only discussing and expressing our anger through the peaceful means. Now it's enough. Now it's time to act and do something that would have a serious impact on the aristocracy of nobles and other powerful sections of the first and second estate. So, as a result, in the summer of 1792, the Jacobins planned an insurrection of a large number of Parisians are whose the native resident of Paris was known as Parisians. So they planned an insurrection in the summer of 1792. So on 10th August 1792, they stormed the palace of Tuileries, massacred king's guards, and held the king hostage for several hours. So friends, this is the palace of Tuileries. In this palace, the king was there was king's residence, and the members of Jacobin stormed this palace. They massacred king's guards and held the king hostage for several hours. This was one of the executed decisions taken by the members of Jacobin Club. And now what happened? National Assembly, which introduced the Constitution of France in 1791, they voted to imprison the royal family. So they voted to imprison the royal family, and as a result, on the demand of the people of the third estate and less privileged sections, elections were held again, and now certain amendments were made in the voting section. That was, this time all the men above 21 years of age, regardless of their wealth, got the right to vote. Means, now what was the benefit of this voting amendment was that earlier only the richer members were allowed to give vote, but this time people regardless of their wealth were allowed to cast their vote. This was the main positive point of the election that were held in 1792. Now what happened? Our new assembly was elected. The National Assembly was disbanded, and a new assembly was elected by the members of Jacobin itself. Means and it was called the convention. So convention was an assembly that consisted only the members of the Jacobin Club. And Jacobin Club's assembly, or we can say that convention, takes a decision and abolish the monarchy and declare France a republic on 21 September 1792. Means the abolishment of monarchy and the establishment of republic in France was made on 21 September 1792 by convention. Now a question must be striking your mind that what does this term republic means? So let me tell you, republic is a form of government where people elect the government, including the head of the government, there is no hereditary monarchy. Means the people have full right to elect the representatives as well as the head of the government, and there exists no central power in one hand, that was in the monarchy, and that central power was in the hands of kings itself. Okay, so this is the actual meaning of republic. Friends, before we discuss the further events in the French history, it is prominent for you to understand the meaning of a term, of a word, guillotine. What is now? What is this different word? We have never heard about it. So let me tell you. Guillotine was a device consisting of two poles and a blade with which a person is beheaded. You can see in the picture. These are the two poles, one and two. These are the two poles in which a blade is there. Look, this is the first pole, this is the second pole, and this is the blade. Uh, and like this, a person is beheaded by when this particular person pull down the rope, this blade comes down, and the person which is lying on this divide is beheaded like this. So this was the device, and it was invented by Dr. Guillotine, and by his name only this device got its name. So this was the brief introduction about the guillotine device. Now what happened, as the France was now declared a republic, so many people proposed that if there no more exists the monarchy, then there should be no more existence of the monarch itself. So as a result, a decision was taken by convention. What was it? Louis XVI was sentenced to death for the betrayal of his own country. Now what betrayal for he was sentenced? The betrayal was that when he entered into secret negotiations with the Prussia and Austria. So as a result, he was executed publicly on 21 January 1793 at Palais de la Concorde. This is the execution of Louis XVI. You can say it was done with the same device, guillotine, which we analyzed in the previous slide. So he was executed publicly at Palace. This is the picture of current Palace de la Concorde, and after some time, Princess Marie Antoinette was also executed. Means she was also executed publicly by using the device of guillotine only. Now this came to the end of constitutional or even the monarchy itself, as monarchy was also abolished and the monarch was also executed. So now a period emerged in the French history that is often named as the Reign of Terror. Now what does it mean? It is a very it is a very specific and what a very interesting name. Everyone became enthusiastic now that what did happen in that period, that it was given the name of Reign of Terror. So let's analyze this period. So basically the period between 1793 to 1794 was referred as Reign of Terror. Why? Because the entire policies and decision making power was again in the hands of one person only, that was the leader of convention or Jacobin club, Maximilian Robespierre. Now, why the historians referred this period as Reign of Terror? Let's analyze that also. All those whom Robespierre saw as an enemy of republic were arrested, imprisoned, and guillotined. Means it was only depended on the choice of Robespierre. If any person was viewed as a enemy of the republic, so he or she was at the spot, at the point, he or she was arrested, imprisoned, and guillotined publicly using the device of that guillotine. And so next reason is that peasants were forced to transport their grains to the cities and sell it at prices fixed by the government. Now, peasants who cultivated their crops and live in the villages were forced to transport their grains to the cities. Now, and the peasants were also forced to sell it at the prices fixed by the government of Robespierre only. Means if any peasant tried to sell his prices higher than fixed by the government, so he or she will also be guillotined publicly. And another reason is that use of expensive white flour. White flour is what today what we use in making our chapatis is white flour was forbidden. How? Means the basic from which our chapati is making, so the use of that white flour was forbidden. All the citizens were required to eat the pain d'egalite, equality bread, and it was a loaf made of whole wheat. Means it was a bread. It was also a bread, but it was made of loaf of whole wheat. Now another reason was that um, now friends, what happened that in India we usually to denote to address a respected a different unknown person we use sir or madam, and in the France of the old regime, um, the people were using monsieur for sir and madame for madam, and the Robespierre changed this, and he passed an order that citoyen for men and citoyenne for women should must be used to address any citizen instead of old tradition of monsieur and madame. And another reason was churches were closed and their buildings were converted to barrack or offices. So friends, now these are the some of the aristocratic decisions taken by the leader of convention, that was Maximilian Robespierre, and whosoever even tried to rebel against his wish or his policies, he or she will be guillotined at the spot publicly. So these are some of the reasons why the historians classified the rule of Maximilian Robespierre as a reign of terror. Now friends, what happened that people were tired enough by bearing that oppressive rules and regulations set by the Robespierre, and they all together revolted against that aristocratic ruler. And as a result, by the public discussion by the public majority, he was convicted by a court in July 1794, arrested and sent to guillotine. Means he was also executed publicly, as he used to done with those innocent public of France. He was met with the same fate as he was guillotined publicly, executed publicly in July 1794. Now, now friends, after convention, it came the rule of directory. Now, what was directory? A directory was a political body which consisted of two legislative councils, and means these are the two legislative councils, and these legislative councils was elected by an executive made up of 5 members. So political body came to be known as Directory, and Directory ruled over France for several further years till Napoleon Bonaparte takes over the throne of France. And now, why was a whole Directory was appointed to rule the France, not only a one person? It was meant as a safeguard against the concentration of power in one man executive as under the Jacobins. Means to prevent the re-establishment of reign of terror or any other dictator which would rule according to his wish only. So a whole directory was appointed to rule the France. Now, this directory also fall down, and the reasons for its fall off was the directors often clashed with the legislative councils, who then sought to dismiss them. The directors of the directory often clashed with with the members of those legislative councils, and as a result of this clash only, this disintegration among those political groups, the whole directory was disbanded. So this was the end of our video. Thanks for watching my video. If you like the video, press the like button, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Do press the bell icon to get the latest video updates.